Hello everyone. So if you remember, in our CISCO packet tracer we are doing some labs, right? In our CISCO packet tracer we are doing some labs. We are building our foundation. In our previous class, till that one we learned the ACL. Okay, we learned the ACL. I hope you remember that one. And also we done the NAT also. What we done in our previous class? We done ACL, after that we done the NAT. So now you have the idea. We are using the NAT, that is PAD, port address translation, to translate the public, that is private IP, into public IP. So now you have some idea about that one. We already done the inter VLAN, we already done the ether channel, all everything will finish, already we done. So now we can do one mini project. We can say this is a small organization. Okay, let me show you. Let me first of all reset this one, minimize this one so I can show you. This is the ISP router, or let me make big. See here, this is the ISP router, this one, and this is our gateway, and here we have layer 3 switch, okay, L3 switch, and here in the ISP router you have the internet, you have Facebook server, YouTube server, Google server, different server available in the internet. And this is a ISP router. ISP give you the fiber cable, you assign here, this is your public IP, this one ISP give you, and this is your internal side. You have this private IP, you assign to your gateway router, and also you assign to your, what we can say, layer 3 switch. And if you see after the layer 3 switch, what we have, if you see here, we have one access layer switch. Here we have the VLAN 10, that is sales VLAN, sales PC are there, one printer is there for the sales. And if you see, we have the marketing department, that is VLAN 20 for our marketing department, and here we have the access layer switch 2. Here also we have one printer and the PC. So this is a small organization structure. This is a small organization. We need to configure. We can say small company network. In simple words, if you want to say, we can say a small company network. Our manager give us some assignment, we need to do this one. They give some tasks, we need to perform this activity. Okay, let's see what is the activity. First of all, configure the ISP router, assign the IP address as per the topology. In the real scenario, you will not touch the ISP router. In the real scenario, you will not touch the ISP router. But for the lab purpose, what we will do? We will configure the ISP router. ISP is nothing but Internet Service Provider. ISP is nothing but Internet Service Provider. If you are in India, you can say Airtel, Jio, Vodafone, or what we can say BSNL. If you are out like in KSA, Mobile, STC, Zain. Okay. So what we will say, we have the ISP, Internet Service Provider. We need to assign this IP to this router. This is the first task. And then we need to configure the gateway router. This is our gateway router. Gateway. Gate is nothing but entry and exit point is known as gate, because from our LAN network we are going to go out through this router only, this router. Okay, that's why we are calling this is a gateway router. This is a gate in between our local area network and wide area network. So what we need to do? Configure the gateway router, assign the IP address as per the topology. So we will assign this IP here. We will assign this IP to this interface. And also we will do the NAT, because we need to translate this private IP into public IP. That is nothing but we will do PAD, port address translation. And we need to create the default route. I want to send all my traffic, whoever want to go to internet, to ISP router. I don't need all the internet routing table in my router. I don't need all BGP routes in my routing table. I need only default route. Whatever request is coming from my LAN network, I am going to forward to the ISP. Okay. So we need to create one default route also here. After that, we need to configure the OSPF. Here we have different VLAN. So this network need to exchange, because if you see, this is the VLAN 10, this is the VLAN 20. So whatever IP schema we are using, whatever this VLAN traffic, we need to send this traffic to this router. For that purpose, we are going to configure the OSPF here and in the VLAN also. Already we discussed how we can enable the OSPF with the VLAN network. Okay, and after that we need to configure Vtp Vlan in this switch. We will create the Vtp. Why we will create Vtp? If you remember, if we create VLAN here, automatically it is going to synchronize in the access layer switch. For that purpose we are creating Vtp. I hope you remember Vtp. But nowadays in some company we are not using Vtp also. Okay, we are not using Vtp, but some company is still using. Depend, but Cisco removed from the CCNA syllabus, but we have in the CCNP Vtp. Okay, so what we can say, we need to create the Vtp and we need to create the VLAN. After that we will configure this OSPF from here to here, and we need to enable the DHCP. We will enable the DHCP server here in this layer 3 switch, so all this machine can get the IP. Okay, we will enable the DHCP server for the VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. So this machine will get the IP, this machine also going to get the IP. And again we need to create one default route. We need to forward all the traffic towards the gateway router. So we will do the default route. And we will configure the switch 1, switch 2. This is access layer switch. We are going to configure like which port we need to put in which VLAN. We are going to do that one. If you want to enable port fast, we can enable the port fast also. So depend. We need to do that configuration here. Okay, this is our, what we can say, this is our assignment. This is your assignment. I am giving you 1 week of time. Try to finish. If you face any issue, write in the comments. So we are going to solve that one. Okay, we are going to solve that one and we are going to assist you how we can do. So this is a small company organization, we can say, or a small company network. Let me show you how it look. It look like this. We have the internet router and the server, and here we have one printer, 2 department we have in the small organization, a small company network. Okay, so in our next class we are going to do the configuration. You have 1 week time. Try to do with our basic, whatever we learn from CCNA, CCNP, and also from the packet tracer series. We have all the basic. Try to solve by using that knowledge if you can. If not, write in the chat box or in the YouTube comments. So we are going to help you. Okay, thank you. See you in next week. We are going to do this one.